It's about to be midnight, but if you're like me and you can't go to sleep because your mind don't stop, you come out to the garage and you get a little project done. Now, look at this. You guys see all that? It's a bunch of sand. We've been getting sandstorms here in DFW, man, and even here in the garage, the cars got caked. It is so bad. But what I'm going to be doing today, or tonight, is I noticed on some of the comments you guys were saying that, you know, that the red Supra is probably as fast, if not faster, than my Supra. So I'm going to be doing something that is necessary in order for me to show you guys just how fast my Supra is. Alright, so on this car I have a Weldon fuel pump, and basically it has its own ECU, its own computers. So it's like a little box, like a little module that controls like how much flow the fuel pump is actually throwing. There's like a regulator, which is this right here. You can actually turn this like for low flow, for like max flow, and then you have a switch here that you can turn. You guys hear that? That's like a race mode for the fuel pump. It basically goes into like full power, full flow, full everything. And back in the day, like on race cars, you would have this stuff back here because somebody would actually, like, you would pull up to the staging lanes and somebody, right before you're about to take off, you flip that into kill switch and you take off. Now I can't drive the car with it on kill all the time because it is going to heat up the fuel. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna move that up into my glove box right next to my boost settings. So that way whenever I turn the boost all the way up, at the same time I can flip that switch or turn the knob, so that way I can get more fuel and not lean out and, you know, cause any issues. Because basically right now the max that I can turn it up to is setting 3 with the current fuel settings. So in order for me to go all the way to 5, I do need to flip that switch, and I can't be driving out on the road and reach all the way back here. So we're gonna move that up to the front and eliminate all the issues. Now, if you're wondering what the box looks like, it is this right here. Is a Weldon. This is a wire here. This is the same thing that's going to be moving up here on the black Supra. I'm actually going to do the same thing for both cars, even though on this one I don't ever really need to move this because I actually wired it up myself on the AM Infinity so that the computer, the ECU, will flip this switch for me. As soon as I hit like 45, I think it's like 45 or 5,000 RPM, it goes into kill switch. On my Supra, I used to have it like that. Unfortunately, whenever I had to get it retuned by Chris Delgado, he didn't set that up for me. So I just don't feel like driving all the way over there, having him do that. So I'm just gonna move this up there and be done with it. Now the first things that we have to do is I have to remove this seat here, so that way I can fish the wires from the back, run it under the carpet, and run it up through here. Obviously I'm gonna have to drill some holes so I can put the knob and the switch there, but gotta remove this. This is very simple. There is no clips or anything like that, like no bolts. The bottom one you just simply lift up. You see that? It's a little clip. Do that for both sides and it just slides right out. Super easy. Obviously you gotta just take your seatbelt buckles and push them through the holes. Definitely one of the easiest seats to remove from any of the cars that I have. And there's your rear seat. Now while you're in here, this would be the perfect time to vacuum all this mess out of here. Now unfortunately for me, I do have a full trunk setup, so yeah, it is time to remove the nitrous bottle out of the way, because this whole plate has to come out, so that way I can remove that panel and get to those switches. Alright, and there is my trunk setup. That was heavy, my back hurts. And yeah, this is what my car looks like under that full sound system. I mean, I wish you guys could hear the thing in person. It sounds freaking amazing. Here's the Weldon controller. Now I need to pull this panel off and take those switches out. Here's the wiring for it, fairly simple. Alright, and here are the switches. Here are the switches. Now I gotta come over here to my little clips and fastener boxes and find one that fits. so that way we can cover up these holes. This one I'm sure will be fine like that. Now this one's about a lot bigger, so I gotta find something to cover that, but that's what we're doing here, just covering up the holes. All right, boys, and now basically what I did is I ran these wires out from under that little pad there, ran it over, under to where the seat's gonna be. See that wire there? Ran it under the carpet, and I unbolted the glove box. So basically, oh shit, I don't want to pinch that. Now I just gotta drill some holes in there, mount the switches, and put everything in the back together. Snack time meanwhile. All right, grapes are gone, interior is back in, and I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and put the seat back in there because sitting on that is very uncomfortable, and I need to sit on something so, no diddy. I need to sit down so that way I can drill the holes into the glove box. Whew. Okay, so seats are back in. For those who have never sat in the back of a Supra, it is damn near impossible. My head is, look at this. It's really, really tight back here. It's basically like a two-seater car, unless you got small people and they're like all hunched over like this. All right, so, oh no, my glove box won't open. There you go. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put the switches right here on the back. So I'm gonna make sure there's nothing on the bottom. Sure, whenever I drill a hole, I'm not gonna pierce some wires or something. And it's go time. All right, boys, and I got a little bit ahead of myself and lost control, and I finished everything. So as you guys will see here, I have my 3 settings, or my 3 controls. Boost 1 through 5. Okay. This is gonna be my regulator for the fuel pump. You can turn that all the way up, turn it down, and this can be a kill switch. Or should I say kill mode. Basically it turns the fuel pump into the highest setting possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car on, make sure my fuel pump is to the right setting. That sounds about right. And she's alive. Needs a really, really good wash. I'm gonna take it out right now just to wash it, rinse it off. Alright, boys. Now it's just to repeat the process on this one. Although on this it'll be a lot easier because I already got the wires on the back, so I just gotta run it under the console, drill the holes. I don't have to take apart anything in the back, so this should be like maybe a 20-minute job. I do have to get some new tires because I'm still running on those blind spot tires, so whenever I get some money, I'll replace those tires, but that's gonna be it, boys. Hope y'all have a good day. Later.